What's up, reef fanatics? Welcome back to the Coral Reef Talk. Today we're talking about Aiptasia and how I eradicated them from my reef tank. Today I wanted to talk about Aiptasia and how I got rid of it in my reef tank. But first, if you're brand new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you want to be a part of the notification squad, go ahead and click that bell icon to be notified every time I make a new video. First of all, let's take a look at exactly what Aiptasia are. Aiptasia are very common in the reef aquarium. They're unwanted pest anemones that multiply very quickly. Now, if you haven't experienced them yet, chances are, if you give it enough time, you will. Aiptasia not only multiplies at a fast rate, but it aggressively competes for food and space within the aquarium. Aiptasia can also grow in the middle of a coral colony. Being a member of the cnidarian family, it can sting when it feels threatened. So it can sting your coral, it can sting your invertebrates, and it can sting practically anything in your aquarium. So if you see just one Aiptasia in your aquarium, it's best to get rid of it sooner than later. Now, I waited and 1 became 2, 2 became 4, 4 became 8 and 10 and 20, and so on. So what did I do to get rid of Aiptasia in my tank? Well, I chose 3 different options, and here's what happened. The first way I tried to eradicate the Aiptasia from my reef tank was with a product called Joe's Juice. Not a sponsor, by the way, I just thought I'd share. Joe's Juice is a reef-safe product, so it does nothing to your water chemistry. It doesn't harm your corals at all, and you're not injecting anything here. You're simply feeding the Aiptasia, and once the Aiptasia accepts Joe's Juice as food, it implodes from the inside and it gets rid of the Aiptasia. Now, while I thought this was neat and really cool to watch, I quickly realized I had way more than just a few Aiptasia and had to turn to an alternative method. And the next method I chose was peppermint shrimp. Peppermint shrimp are great for Aiptasia if you have an army of them, but I just had a few and it seemed like I only saw 1 peppermint shrimp out and about at a time. So I realized that they were probably not going to be the end-all solution to my Aiptasia problem. So I went with my final option, option number 3, which was something I've been looking for a while. And this fish is reef safe with caution, as it can typically nip at certain types of coral. But I chose to go for it anyways. I figured I have way more than just a few Aiptasia growing in my tank, so why not give it a shot? He'll have plenty of food to pick and eat at. So I chose to go for the captive bred matted filefish, also known as the Aiptasia eating filefish. Now, the first few days I didn't really notice a big difference with adding the filefish, but I remembered trying Joe's Juice on a piece of Aiptasia that was growing in the middle of one of my Montipora caps, and that Aiptasia started to come back. I must have missed the Aiptasia somehow, or I didn't feed him enough of this Joe's Juice, so he was starting to come back. Then after a week or so, I noticed that it was completely gone. Then a few more weeks went by and I noticed that all of my Aiptasia had disappeared. So I credit that all to the matted filefish. He did a great job, but I can't count out the peppermint shrimp either. I think it was probably a team effort. So all of these methods combined is what I used to completely eradicate Aiptasia from my reef tank. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you need any advice on how to keep corals, be sure to check out my playlist on coral advice. And if you have any questions or suggestions on what type of videos you would like to see on this channel, please leave them in the comment section below. And leave me a like if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the Coral Reef Talk.